On June 19, 1953, America carried out one of the most controversial executions in its history. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, an ordinary couple with 2 young children, were strapped into the electric chair at Sing Sing prison, executed for espionage. The charge? Conspiring to pass atomic secrets to the Soviet Union. The Cold War was at its peak. Fear was in the air, and the world watched with divided hearts. Julius, an electrical engineer, and Ethel, a former actress and secretary, were accused of helping the Soviets gain access to classified information that allegedly helped them develop the atomic bomb years earlier than expected. Their arrest came in 1950, at the height of anti-communist hysteria. The trial was sensational. The evidence against Julius was stronger, especially the testimony of his brother-in-law, David Greenglass, who claimed Julius recruited him into espionage. Ethel's involvement was murkier. Some now argue she was convicted largely to pressure Julius into confessing. Despite international pleas for clemency, including from Albert Einstein and Pope Pius XII, the U.S. government held firm. FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover himself had misgivings about executing Ethel, but the push to make an example of the couple overruled such doubts. On the day of their execution, protesters gathered outside Sing Sing. The world watched anxiously. At 8 p.m., Julius was put to death. Minutes later, Ethel followed, but it took multiple jolts of electricity before she was pronounced dead, horrifying onlookers and fueling public outcry. Were the Rosenbergs truly guilty? Declassified documents and intercepted Soviet cables later revealed Julius had passed some information to the USSR. But debate over Ethel's guilt remains fierce, with many historians arguing she was used as leverage and that her role was minor or non-existent. Their sons, Michael and Robert Mirapol, were orphaned by the execution. They spent their lives seeking justice, campaigning to have their mother's name cleared. Their story remains a haunting legacy of the Red Scare's darkest moments. The Rosenberg execution marked a turning point. It wasn't just about espionage. It was about fear, power, and the cost of dissent. In the climate of McCarthyism, guilt and suspicion blurred into each other, and civil liberties became collateral damage. Decades later, the Rosenberg case still stirs debate. Were they traitors, martyrs, or simply scapegoats caught in a tidal wave of Cold War paranoia? The truth may never be fully settled, but the execution sent a message that still resonates. In times of fear, justice can become a weapon.